Welcome to another edition of the comicbookinvest.com Hot 10 list. Hope you guys enjoy it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the CBSI Hot 10 list, written by the one and only Ben Stein, who we got tonight. Of course, we've also got Mighty Mel V from the Mighty Mel V YouTube channel, and Nico, the one and only Nico Esquire, Dino, and I'm Brian. Welcome to another week, another Friday, another great show. What do you got going on tonight over at Drunken Chat then, Mel? Anything interesting?
I make my alley lag return to the ring. I'm giving away a lot of shit. I'm giving away Spider-Man 55. I'm giving away Avengers 28 second print. I'm also giving away big shout out to Wanted Comics. He donated a set of his High Republic. We're giving that away. We got some possible Star Wars shit we got to talk about. Some shout out to my man Gym City Assassins. Whatever the bottle brings us, man. Embrace the madness, man.
Hell yeah.
You're doing big things.
I'm doing all right.
Well, we'll definitely make sure that everybody goes and checks that out. Listen, make sure you guys like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when all the shows show up. You get the notifications not only to this channel, but also to Mighty Mel V channel. You don't want to miss any cool episodes going on. Real quick, I want to remind everybody to check out Tales from the Dark Side, our Star Wars crew who does a show every Thursday on Tales from the Flipside YouTube channel. They just did, I believe Marco just did a recent High Republic review. It's out now, so you guys can find that right now on the channel. And make sure you hit them up every Thursday night for their Star Wars fun. Let's get into the list. Before we do, I'm going to remind everybody that we appreciate all the live viewers, everybody that's in the chat every week. You guys kill it. You make the show fun. And we're going to have some fun giveaways tonight, too. And Mel already mentioned, shout out to Wanted Comics, who sent us a set of those variants to give away. So we'll give away one of those books tonight for sure on Hot 10. But let's get into the honorable mention this week for number 12 on the list. And this is an interesting one. This is a Bar Fight Oblivion cover, man. I don't think I've seen very many bar fight covers like that, if any. And this is an old Western comics. Tom Mix, an old Hollywood Western star back in the 20s and 30s, I believe. They gave a lot of those guys their own comics out of nowhere. And this is a great cover. What's going on with this, Ben?
So I put it on here because one, I'd never seen this cover before. It was a little different than what we're used to seeing. There was a 5 years ago, a 5.5 sold for $36, which I think at this point I would buy any 5.5 Golden Age for $36 because I think it costs more than that to even grade them. What'd you say, Mel?
That shit like the shit that went on in Washington a couple of days ago.
God, it was pretty much, yeah.
I think it's 100. I think it's 100 to grade it.
Yeah, but a VF Raw copy sold on Heritage. I think it was on Heritage this week for $1,500, which is way, way, way higher than what. There's only 5 graded copies on the census, so this is a pretty hard to come by book apparently.
Ben, 2 weeks of tomfoolery in a row.
2 weeks in a row? Hey, man, you got to go, right?
Tomfoolery.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I don't know what tomfoolery means, Nico. All right, on to the next one. I like this one. I think before we go on to the next one, I should say, I think Big Leg mentioned this, that he was looking for one of these or saw one of these or had one of these. I think that when he saw it on the list, he mentioned that. So It'd be interesting to talk about him on the flip side.
He was looking for the Tom Mix.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had one. It was I mean, it's already gone, so it's public knowledge, but it's okay. He had one on an online retailer, and it just sat in his cart, and he was just being El Cheapo, as Nico calls it, and he didn't pull the trigger, and then gone. So.
Love
That's a lesson I learned a long time ago. Like, if you really want something and the supply is just not there, you just
Pull the trigger, man.
Yeah, pull the trigger. If you don't really like it, if it doesn't bring you happiness later, then move it at that point. But some of these things, you don't get a second chance.
This is a Tony L find. This is one of those things that, like, Tony L, our great friend Tony L, and his golden age guru-ness would be like, yeah, I pulled this for like $3 at a con, and then he sells it for like $3,000, 3 days later.
Yeah. All right. On to the next honorable mention. Now, this is a fun one. We've talked about these type of books before, these Comic Con magazines or programs. And sometimes, a lot of the times, they'll have exclusive artist covers before exclusive artist covers that you can only get on these programs. And this is the Imperial Valley Comic Con from 2020. And it's limited to 125. Is that 125? Is that right, Ben?
That's what it says right there on the cover. Limited to 125. I don't even know where Imperial Valley is. Does anybody know where Imperial Valley is?
It sounds like California, like a California thing. But
If anybody knows in the chat, let us know.
But apparently this has been out for a while because there was sales months ago. So this is not something that just popped up out of nowhere. But there was there's actually a virgin version of this where it's a little more close up of Boba Fett's face. So a 9.8 of that sold for $850, and these are selling raw for like $250. Obviously, with only 125, there's not very many of them out there. So I would say that if one pops up, it's probably. I mean, I would say anybody buying these are probably Boba Fett fans, which means probably not going to see the light of day anytime soon. So if any of these pop up, I can only imagine what they would go for at this point. Now, people might know about it.
this we were talking this before the show started about cons that actually didn't happen. If they did print stuff or not, maybe this stuff in April and May you might want to look out for because it might have got shut down. But this actually did happen because it actually was February 15th, 2020. So
it's almost a year ago. So that was a while ago.
It might not have happened. I mean, let's take a quick look. 2020 Imperial Valley.
yeah, it said February 15th, 10/7. I
I wonder if there's pictures of people going. Yeah, you're right. But I wonder if it actually happened. Yeah, it happened.
Maybe it was the last con that we ever have in the country.
Maybe
that was it.
Super rare.
They're never coming back.
I think you and I were at a con together after that.
We were. We were.
They don't have a good program though.
No, not like this.
Well,
it makes you think. It makes you wonder though, like why all cons don't. I mean, this couldn't have cost them that terribly much to do this. Why don't all of them do something like this? Nobody's ever even heard of Imperial Valley Comic Con.
There's some amazing convention programs that are out there.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It was dope, and I think they had G.I. Joe in 1 year too. I mean,
yeah, and a lot of people take those and get them signed, right?
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's some
did a really good San Diego Comic Con one from like 2006 or 2007. It's a badass Star Wars one.
2007. It's dirt cheap. You can buy them right now for $10 if you want them on eBay. There's some really cool Jack Kirby art that's out. On some older con programs from the 70s that I think people should keep an eye out for. Also pretty inexpensive. Just all around a neat area that is underdeveloped. Fanzines, con programs.
This does bring up a point, and I've probably mentioned this 1,000 times, but these super low, and this is now you're getting into the ridiculously low print runs, but that's like when people hear about sports cards and they say, "Oh gosh, that sports card sold for $50,000." It's these super highly limited things, and I hope that comics take note and start saying, you know what, we got to figure out a way to get, print runs under 100 and somehow make it a chase piece to where because it's that chase that all of a sudden is going to make things worth a ton. And I think that helps the hobby in the long run.
Yeah. All right, real quick. Mel brought up early on the one and only Wanted Comics Star Wars: The High Republic variant, and here they are. So these beautiful babies just arrived today.
Whoa, what?
Bang, bang.
I didn't get mine.
Shout out to the one and only Drew Lujan.
That's because Brian's just right there in the next state.
Yeah, shout out to Mrs. Lujan for letting me know exactly how to say their last name. So I want to remind everybody, if we're saying your name wrong and we shout you guys out a lot, let us know because we want to say it right. So shout out to Drew and the Mrs. Lujan for letting us know how to say their last name right, and Wanted Comics for doing dope-ass art on these exclusives. Really cool stuff, man. Really dope. So.
I'm notorious for fucking names up, so just let me know.
But all right, let's get back into the list. For number 10, this is a great book just because of cover alone. Usagi Yojimbo covers have just been pretty damn good this last year. And this cherry blossom cover for Usagi Yojimbo 16 is absolutely stunning. And I hope to God I got one, but I'm not sure if I did. It's the 1 in 10 John Santaluco variant. I hope I'm saying that right. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. What do you think about this?
Yeah, it's $40-$50, which is pretty good for a 1 in 10 2 days after release. But yeah, I think it's the coloring that makes this thing stand out.
Usagi's ripping off Ghost of Tsushima out here. It's okay though.
Shout out to Megan Hutchinson and her love for pink, because I'm right there on when a good cover does good with pink and it pops like this. And this is actually, I really like the trade dress on this. I don't like the trade dress on the peach exclusive from San Diego, but the trade dress on this one looks great. They did a good job.
It's breathtaking.
Yeah.
It reminds me of cotton candy in the winter.
No, man, no. Well said, sir.
I never thought about cotton candy, but now I want some.
I like the smaller blade too. Like, I never noticed that unless it's noticeable, and it's dope. It's really dope. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to probably get one of these if I didn't pick one up. So we'll see what happens. All right. Before we get into the next one, I want to let everybody know that they can find a new dollar bin digging episode. You can either find it on Renavision, Peter Rena's own YouTube channel. Make sure you guys go and subscribe to that. He also drops them on the Tales from the Flipside channel, so you can find those here also. And you can find his article every week. I think he does them every week. Or whenever he drops them on comicbookinvest.com. So shout out to Peter Rena, the nicest man in comics, doing really good things. Make sure you guys check out his toys, his top 5 vintage toys that he's been doing. He had plenty of adult males looking for Rainbow Bright figures from the 80s to buy for their wives last week. So
Peter's longevity on dollar bin digging and it's unbelievable that he's able to continue to find gems. What an exceptional article he puts out week in and week out. I really can't say enough nice things about him, and the quality of the programming that he brings to Flipside is second to none. I'm not a toy guy, and I watch his show and end up trying to figure out my finances because I want to buy so much stuff.
And I will add too is that for all our fans, last week I got an email. We are approved to be on iTunes, so we are actually on iTunes, and we have, I don't know, Brian, how many have I loaded? 100 episodes on our audio for stuff. So all the way back, you can listen all the way back. If you miss some shows, you get some shows. Every show that's on the channel will be uploaded to our Anchor platform that gets distributed to Play Store and Apple iTunes now, and everywhere you can Spotify. So if anybody wants to check,
I'm so behind the curve. I'm about to
I know. That's okay,
sell my soul to the flip side. Just join up with you guys.
Come on, baby.
Come to death row, right?
Come to death row.
And when you said the words out of my mouth.
When you said you're on iTunes, I thought you dropped a new album.
Hey, you never know what I'm doing on here.
Remember Tupac had all the buddies come.
Hey, maybe tomorrow I might have something special. Maybe have champagne bottles. You never know, man.
You never know.
Dino shaved his head, wears a red suit and shit.
Yeah. All right, on to number 9. This is some crossover fun this week. This is the Paybacks, and Nico, from what it sounds like, this is all based on a little Donny Cates love. Yeah,
so super cool. I don't know about the longevity of this book or these characters, but Cates is doing some really neat stuff at Image, and I'm really hopeful about the future. If I've ruined it for you or Brian's ruined it for you, it's 2020. I mean, get over it. The spoilers are everywhere. But legitimately, the crossover series has been exceptional. And I'm really looking forward to seeing some of his other creations. I think that Buzzkill, is probably a safe bet. But there are, obviously a lot of us who would like to see Redneck and some of the other characters, God Country, that are a little more popular than, say, the Paybacks characters.
I bought 15 of these when it first came out, and I can't find them. I stopped looking. I see the price.
I was gonna say you got a 2-week window to get rid of those.
You only get a 2-day window. This is the list for books you should have sold, or you should have bought, or I mean, like that's a
so I got like 36 short boxes. I was like the box 15. I was like, you know what? You can keep your fucking $15. Fucking doing this.
Hey, I will say that Donny Cates, I mean, this is like the ultimate hype machine. I mean, a book that nobody cares about, probably half people didn't even know about. Like, oh, I'm just going to bring it in some new Image book, and all of a sudden people are going to want it. I mean, what a marketing machine like him or hate him, he is a marketing machine.
The king of self-promotion, and he even gives back, turning like old forgotten characters into something that people care about. And love. I mean, come on, the Lord of Light.
He's amazing. I mean, I don't necessarily enjoy his writing that much, but boy, he markets it amazingly. Him and Polito.
I know a lot of people that would call it pump and dump, but those are the same people who don't know what pump and dump is. So.
Yeah, well,
that's just how it is. I like Donny Cates.
I don't know. I don't think you can pump and dump if you're the one writing the story.
Hey, people make their own rules what pump and dump is. So
he's the king of self-promotion.
Let's talk about what are these going for right now? About $10-15 on the secondary market.
I think they've actually gone up even since yesterday. I think it's probably 20 plus now.
What?
Yeah.
You remember
back to the long boxes, buddy.
You guys remember Mr. E? The first symbiote?
No, right. It was one issue in 30 years, one issue.
I remember I had 6 copies. Ask me how many I have today.
Yeah, get rid of them. Get rid of them while you can.
Hey, and I don't want anybody to ever think that we say that thinking that we're just trying to push off junk product onto people.
It was a no reserve auction.
Yeah.
99 cents, or no, I'm sorry, it started at a penny and I let it roll.
Well, and you never know. I mean, this could catch on, and if you really love this stuff, hold on to your book. But we all know how the secondary market and the spec game works.
Yeah, Mr. E could be Mr. E could be Venom's daddy. That could be Cates' new story. It's not null. It could be right. And the Paybacks could stay in crossover forever.
Didn't Paybacks come out on 2 different I suppose the labels or companies, Dark Horse and Heavy Metal, or Were they
just
the same?
just like a tomahawk.
Okay.
So who knows? It's going to be interesting. Dude, Kate's. What I like is that he is a comic fan. I feel like he writes sort of his own personal love letter to comic readers and comic lovers, and that's a big deal for people like me who love comics.
I don't give a fuck what he said. Cosmic Ghost Rider was Deadpool.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
And I told him that shit at fucking NYCC.
Dude, and that Thanos run was exceptional.
Oh yeah,
beyond exceptional.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, on to number 8, and another exceptional piece of work that has, I think, grown pretty organically. And that's Something Is Killing the Children, and this is Something Killing the Children number 5. Ben, what's going on with this? It's like a $50 book last week. Now it's pushing 90.
What?
Yeah.
Bang bang.
I leave comics for 2 fucking weeks.
I mean, I was trying to figure out what Nico said he thinks it's the lowest, right? The lowest print run.
I think that because that's how people were peddling it. I didn't look at the Comic Cron direct distribution numbers for North America, but unquestionably it's a beautiful cover, and unquestionably it's low print. Who knows what the actual numbers are? Somebody can spend some time and figure that out if they want.
When did this series come out? In 2018?
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
So let's check. I gotta fucking know for myself.
Yeah, I mean, $100. I mean, for a number 5 issue, when the number 4 issue probably sells for what, $20, and the number 6 probably sells for $20.
Yeah,
maybe.
It was May 26, 2020, originally published.
May 26, 2020. Thank you very much, brother.
Hold it, this was in 2020? Issue 5?
No, I'm sorry, that was the volume 1. Give me 1 second. That was a graphic novel.
Okay.
I was about to say, I remember the Frizen cover coming out much longer than
I'm trying to find it.
I thought it was like November of 2018 is when issue 1 dropped, but
I guess my question on this, the whole series,
September 2019, beginning of September 2019.
Yeah, I mean, it does. I mean, is this series going to have like 10-year status? Like Saga. I mean, is it that kind of a?
Well, what I compare it to is Chew. Where people loved the art, they loved the reader buzz. It was something different, and it had TV or movie sort of like ruminations. Whether this will ever get made, who knows? But I think that's the kind of like feel it has with the reader buzz and the rabid fan base who are buying like second print, third print, fourth print.
14,047.
Was on this one on number 5?
Yes, according to Comic Con estimated.
Yeah, Ross Ritchie, buddy. Well done, sir. James Tynion, killing it.
I mean, the covers on the whole series are just absolutely magnificent.
Oh yeah.
They're just stunning covers.
Great character design.
And this might be the best cover of them all. I mean, people like the scars in the bathtub, but
that shit is crazy. Shout out to Andy for putting me onto that shit. I was like, ooh.
The decab.
And those are like the non-traditional beautiful covers. I mean, the sort of like pinup covers are gorgeous too. I mean, to not talk about what Jenny Frison has done or some of the other artists isn't to try to like downplay how gorgeous those covers are too. But really, it's a book that's popular because of the writing.
Don't feel bad, Mel. There's other people out there that can't find their amazing books. 91 Purple Raven says, "I got the number 1 Frison variant and can't find it." That sucks.
It seems to be a theme among the Flipside faithful, myself included. Which I know I have that.
Yeah.
Where is it? It's in one of these damn boxes.
All right, on to number 7. Number 7 is more. I think this was Mr. Longshort early spec. I think that we talked about this on Drunken Chat multiple times. This is a book that people had been talking about for a little bit of time, and then I think other people caught on how rare it was. And this is it's kind of weird to see that in these action figure variants, but this is the American #1, the John Tyler Christopher action figure variant. Some of them are really good. Some of them aren't so good. This one's not bad. It's no Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, but it's pretty rare.
I don't like these. I respect them, but I don't like them. Like Kobe Bryant when he was alive and played for the Lakers, killing my Knicks. Didn't like him, but I respected him. Same with these. I like the Star Wars action figure variants better. Put it like that.
I agree. I don't like the packaging they use in the box and everything, but it is what it is, and it doesn't look terrible. If you look at it the way you're supposed to, you kind of got to do those like sailing ships in the 3D, that you can't see them until you relax your eyes type thing. I don't know. But this is like a $60 to $100 book raw right now, and on top of it, it sounds like it's pretty tough to find. Do we know what the qualifiers were for this?
250% of, I forgot which book, it was some obscure book, but it was 250% qualified, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check, because I don't want to give people the wrong information. I just looked it up not too long ago.
I actually like the Scotty Young of America one better than this will cover, but
so
it's interesting. Those books like action figure variants and Scotty Young baby variants were like second class variants until
America
all of a sudden, and they're not.
Right.
250% of orders of Ultimates #2 with orders of America 1 regular cover, and this variant is order all you want.
Yeah, and then at the time, most retailers probably weren't ordering a whole lot of these because they were way down on the list. People weren't really buying the action figure variants.
Yeah, but they were buying Ultimates. It's a smart play. I don't know, necessarily what the ceiling is on it, but when it was cheap, it was a smart buy. If you follow the channel and you listen to the guys here, they've been talking about this book when it was cheap, and it's arrived.
Yep, it has. So grab them if you see them.
I'm gonna spoil Drunken Chat. One of our famed colleagues is gonna go through all the action figure variants on Drunken Chat. He says,
"Excellent, hell yeah!" All right. Before we get into number 7, I want to shout out. I think Chris Nelms over at comicbookinvest.com is doing a Star Killer interview. So make sure you guys keep an eye on that with Joseph Schmalke, I believe is how you say his name. So make sure you guys check that out. It looks like I did Electric Black and Cherry Blackbird also. But, of course, Star Killer is it's a book we've talked about quite a bit on here. And I know that it's also one of the books that a lot of people like for 2021. So make sure you guys go check that out.
James Hake's
Baltimore.
Oh wow,
Good guy.
James Hake's doing big things at Scout Comics. I want a vending machine. Can someone talk to him and see if I get me a vending machine?
I'll hit him up right now.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
I got you.
All right, on to number 6, guys. And listen, Star Wars is gonna be heavy on this list quite a bit until this stuff. I don't see this stuff cooling down anytime soon. And this is Star Wars number 10. This is the Dodson variant, 1 in 25, $50 to $70 raw. Does that sound like what it's seeing, Ben?
Yes. I think a lot of people were putting their money early into High Republic and forgot about this book. And I think Dodson overall is pretty underrated. So
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah, so the spec on this is that the Starlight Squadron may appear either in the television show that's forthcoming, the Rangers of the Outer Rim or whatever the hell they're going to call it, and or the Patty Jenkins film. Patty Jenkins does a good job of celebrating female heroes, and I think people sort of intuitively think that she may take a stab at the Starlight Squadron. Don't know if that's wishful thinking or not, but I wouldn't be shocked if this crew gets their own miniseries, gets their own ongoing series. I mean, I think we're going to see a lot more X-Wing kind of stuff coming out of Marvel, Star Wars, and I think those movies and television shows that we'll see are going to be unbelievable now that the technology is as good as it is.
Now, is that the first appearance of all of these individual characters, or just the squadron as a whole?
You're way above my pay grade, sir.
Well, so it looks like they were first mentioned in 6, but their first appearance is 10, and they showed up in 11 also. So, of course, this is from our favorite Wikipedia and Star Wars fandom.
That's Solo Wookiee's website, or
I wish, man. I wish. This is a staple for Star Wars fans for many years.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, there's a lot of good books coming out next week too. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Well, it says they're off.
Lucy, what's up?
So, yeah, it says you guys can go do a little bit of a deeper dive on this if you guys go look at the Starlight Squadron. But yeah, this is their appearance, and I agree. I think with what's coming and how they're putting a lot of content behind the Starfighter and the Empire's on the other side group, they're putting all their cards in on all their money in on this one.
Yeah, that girl in the front in the green jumpsuit looks like Lucy.
Yeah, she kind of does. Shout out to Lucy. All right, guys.
Taking notice.
Real quick, I'm going to bring on a member of the Modern Comic Mayhem. What's going on, Matt? How you doing?
What's up, guys? How's it going?
What's going on, kid?
What's going on? What's going on?
What you got going on Saturday?
Oh, man, tomorrow night, Modern Comic Mayhem. You guys don't want to miss it. We're welcoming Anthony from Bird City Comics on to talk about the Third Market. We're going to dive headfirst into Future State. We got our first couple books of Future State out. We're going to give you our opinions, dive headfirst into that, cover all the books that came out this week that are making that hot 10. We're going to touch a little bit on that Star Wars High Republic with Marco, the most hated man in Star Wars. And we've also going to, I'm going to drop a little bit of spec knowledge. I'm not known for that, but I'm going to drop a little bit of the spec I'm looking forward to in 2021. Maybe a little bit out there. That might be a little bit long game, but I think it's going to be interesting. So I want to welcome everyone from the Flipside family to come check it out tomorrow night, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be a great show.
Hey, I gotta say, I'm a man. I am solid in my sexuality, but you have a perfect voice for radio and what you do. You sound perfect, brother.
Yeah, thank you. I have the voice and face for podcasting.
Well, thanks for showing up.
I like the new background. Looks sick. Yeah. And I want to know how you did the graphic there with the neons. That's fucking strong.
Well,
Modern Comic Man.
That's all McClay. I gotta give that all to McClay.
Yeah. Make sure you guys check it out. Like and subscribe. Hit the bell on the Flipside channel, you guys, and you'll be notified any of these shows pop up. And make sure you guys check out the show tomorrow night. Hit that QR code for the drinking game words for Modern Comic Mayhem. And what time you guys going on? 10 p.m. Eastern. So,
10 p.m. Eastern. Yep.
All right.
If you're not an alcoholic, you will be. Hit the QR code.
All right, guys. We'll see you over there. And thanks, Matt. We appreciate it, man.
Can't wait.
All right, Matt.
See you, Matt.
Later, brother.
All right, let's get back into this.
Dude,
Next
Modern Comic Mayhem, kicking ass.
Kicking ass, taking names, brother. On to the next issue, you guys. This is a gorgeous cover this week. I've always been a fan of Frank Cho. It's probably the only reason I bought any of those Harley issues, even though I'm a big fan of Palmiotti and Connor, and I just really love those Frank Cho covers, man. And this is one that I love instantly. And this is Iron Man number 5, the Frank Cho 1 in 25 variant. And is it only because of the cover that this is like $60, $70 raw?
That's what it seems like.
The Patty Bum book.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of has that negative space feel to it. Yeah, and big comic collector, that Star Wars is going for about the same as this, about 60 to 70. But yeah, it kind of has that negative space, but other than her body and face, but her hands and feet are kind of all part of it. It's kind of weird.
I thought this was a Invisible Woman at first. But even though she has red hair, but the whole shit.
Oh boy!
I also drink a lot, so.
Yeah,
Derek, she does look healthy.
She does.
It's like she's a milk drinker.
It's gorgeous is what it is, and I'm glad Frank Cho is killing it still to this day. One of my biggest pickups of last year was to finally find that Frank Cho Cave Woman issue, that early Frank Cho cover, and he's still killing it on the covers. So I'm all about this. I'll pick one up. I don't know. Do you guys do you see this continuing to grow in price, or do you think it's going to lull?
I think people are starting to really pay attention to Patsy Walker variants strictly for the art. There's that Deadpool cover we talked about beforehand. There's my personal favorite, the Kamala Khan taking a fire extinguisher to Ghost Rider's head. What were some of the other ones we came up with quick?
That Patsy Walker, the schoolgirl cover that was featured in Jessica Jones season 2.
Mel with the big brain. Good stuff, dude.
Yeah, this is good. This is a great cover.
Oh, that George Perez Hellcat was one of my it's a plain cover, but it looks great. Great plain cover.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man.
Okay.
And a lot of people, I guess, aren't necessarily a big fan of like other characters on another character's book, but I think her holding Tony Stark's helmet makes all the difference for this one.
They probably have relations.
Okay.
I hope for Tony's sake they did.
Yeah. He does good.
Tony's a whore.
Yeah.
He's an international man of mystery.
We call that whore where I'm from.
Playboy?
Yeah, Playboy.
Whore, same.
Like James Bond, man. He's Playboy.
On to number 4. This is a sweet cover.
Good job, Brian. Good job.
Everybody, when they saw this cover, was like just blown away by it. But then they made it a thank you variant and added a little bit of foil to it and made it even shinier. And we all, children of the 80s and 90s that love those shinies. So the thank you variant for crossover number 3 sounds like it was one per store. Does the really badass Spawn cover, and like you said, throw in the foil, and you've got a top 10 book, number 4 on the list this week. What is this like? Is it still selling for over $100?
I believe so. Yes.
That's
Yeah.
Oh, see
the foil.
Yeah.
Where'd you get
now,
that?
Now, in spite of popular or opinion to the contrary, local comic shops love your buddy Nico. And I was able to get this one. I must say, she's going to be a pain in the ass to get in 9.8 condition. I mean, it's just it just is. And I pulled mine out of a diamond box, and we'll see. I mean, good luck pressing it. Good luck keeping it from getting, all of the things, scratches, fingerprints. It's going to be interesting.
Why does Spawn look like he's putting a battery in her back with doing surgery in her spine?
Because he does look like he's putting a battery in it. and Rob's Nerd Haven says it too. I agree 1,000%. When I found out they were doing all the secret variants to this, it really pissed me off because I wanted this cover to be somewhat rare, and I don't know, that for me personally, I just like when a cover is a little bit rare, and I think it kills how great this cover is. I love when good covers are 1 in 25s. I love when good covers are hard to find. I think they did too much.
Spider-Man 55.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And Spawn is not actually inside this issue, correct? Just on the cover.
Wait, so I thought this was the one per store, not an incentive.
This one's a one per store.
It is one per store.
Yeah, that one is.
Well, I don't want to say it's not, but I've heard that it's one per store.
Yeah, I think it's a one per store.
Well,
There are incentives. Yeah, well,
Istvan is a local comic shop operator, so he should know. So if there's any other comic shop guys out there, let us know.
Yeah, and I wonder if it was not all of them got. By the way, I wonder if it was one of those like if you order enough, you unlock it. If not, good luck. Who knows? I'm not sure if that appeared on someone's diamond order, but we'll find out.
Yeah,
it's a winner though. The question I guess is with respect to the rest of the covers. Do you just buy the Spawn?
I would. It makes sense.
Because I did. I mean, that was like, well, there's like all these.
It's double Spawn, dude. Why would you pick anything else but Spawn? It's like having Spawn on a Spider-Man comic, and like it makes no sense. Like just complete the cycle, man.
Yeah, and get the secret variant with the Spawn 1 on where she's reading Spawn 1, and then you're done.
Yeah,
that's what I did. Yeah, I got that. Was the one.
What are the other covers? Those Guy Country. What else? Because I don't from my understanding, the books that she's reading are different on each variant or whatever.
Yeah, and here's if I'm a betting man, they're telling you who's going to be in the next couple issues of the book, right?
Is this Buzzkill on one of the books?
No, they're image books. I don't remember off the top of my head. I mean, there's like Cyberforce and a lot of, but I assume that those are the characters that are going to be in the book. If I'm a betting man, we'll see how it goes.
But Paybacks was an image book.
Correct. Yeah.
No, Paybacks was Dark Horse, right?
You're right.
Correct. Right.
So was Buzzkill.
So is Buzzkill, right? But they're Kate's creation.
Yeah, they're Kate's books.
You know what I mean?
Buzzkill is a Kate's book, right?
Buzzkill is a Kate's book. Yeah, that was the one about the alcoholic superhero.
Excellent.
Yeah, I loved it. Right up my alley.
All right, on to number 3, guys, is a very interesting one. It was on the list, I think, last week or the week before, and of course, it's more Star Wars. This is Star Wars: Dawn of the Jedi, Force Storm, number 1. It is the second print that's on the list this week, which is selling for like $350 plus for raw books. Is that right, Ben?
That is correct, and you can tell even without looking at the barcode, it's the Star Wars in white. So that's how you can, if you just see it on a wall or something like that, it's the white lettering. I think the first print has blue or red.
That would screw me. I'd be like, yeah, I picked one out, and I'd get that one. Good to know.
Yeah, 300 plus. Now, when it was only
guys, I thought that was the 1 in 5. Am I wrong?
No, the 1 in 5 has the collage of the people on it. Where they're like over the ocean.
Okay,
and that one's a good one too. But this one,
and then the third print has the dude on it.
Yes, or is that the B cover? I don't know. I guess there's so many of them. Like when you really think about it, like nobody was really buying many of these Star Wars books, and yet they went to like first, second, third printings, and I mean it's bizarre. Like
Star Wars fans were.
Incentives.
I guess
they're running 1 in 5 incentives,
but
diamond exclusives.
Why is this property in this book getting so hot? Now I know that there's more than one first appearances in here, right?
Yeah, so the spec started with the Disney Investor Conference when the diamond-shaped figure. I'm not a mathematician or whatever that. I don't know what that's really called, but that appeared behind. I forget who was talking. Was that Patty Jenkins that was talking, or Kathleen Kennedy? Okay. Appeared behind her in one of the scoops. And then we talked before the show about the character that I like, who first appears in this book. What the hell's her name? Trill. And she is a badass character. She is a force-sensitive human that they basically enslave. And all. What do they call them? Hounds or
force-sensitive hounds? And this is Trill. And she basically goes and searches for force-sensitive people.
I love it.
As Nico said, she looks like a badass Harley Quinn knockoff, but I think she looks even better. And I love the fact that she's a force-sensitive, like human slave hound type thing. Here is her, of course, Trill on the Wikipedia. Says she was a force-sensitive humanoid slave of the Infinite Empire, trained as a force hound by Rakata. So basically, there you go. And
what is a force hound? They just go around looking for force motherfuckers?
You got it. They search for force sensitive people, right? So That's basically what it is.
And the name Trill, where I'm from, I mean,
Sick.
you're badass.
Yeah. Yeah. It says Trill had a red tattoo on the face representing the letter Trill of the Arabesh alphabet. So there you go. She first appears in Force Storm #1, and her second appearance is in Force Storm #4. But she's definitely a badass character, and I guess one to definitely attach your reins to. So
that's a cool cosplay. If somebody's gonna cosplay it out, it'd be dope.
Would she be considered a villain or just whatever the fuck she wants to be?
Good question. I'm not too deep into that stuff, but
hope she becomes the Punisher, like the Punisher of Star Wars.
All of the first appearances are in issue 1, not in issue 0. That's another reason people are like drawn to these books. I don't know. I mean, who knows if they're even going to make Dawn of the Jedi? I mean, they didn't announce it. All of the spec is because of the figure behind Kathleen Kennedy, and they indicated that they were going to tell the story of the first Jedis. I assume that this is what they're going to do. I think that's a safe bet, and a bet that a lot of people are making. But who knows? I mean,
I got a perfect idea. For anybody who's doing Star Wars stuff, I got a perfect idea to make their Star Wars show stand out from everybody else. Hit me up. The first one who hits me up, well, I will reveal my secrets and what they should do to make their shit different than everybody else. And it's a great fucking idea.
Are you going to make people dress up like stormtroopers?
No.
Because I don't think anybody's ever done that before.
So a character like this, though, I mean, that's a really interesting long-term play. Like, I mean, a female, like that type of a Star Wars character, that I find that pretty interesting. That sounds like something that if you pick this up, that I wouldn't get rid of it. I'd just hold it for years at this point.
I would too.
Yeah, it's cool, dude. I think a lot of these books are just retiring. I mean, we talked about the book I just got back from CGC, right? And you're like, sell it. It's too much money, sell it. And I'm like, but I want to keep it, kind of, sort of, you know?
Wasn't a big deal that all this shit was non-canon? Why is everybody chasing this Dark Horse stuff?
Well, so it's weird. Disney buys the rights from Dark Horse. Dark Horse sells like pallets of this shit to people. And it's all sort of like forgotten trash. Even the comic guys were like, meh, it's no longer canon. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the characters start popping up in the Mandalorian TV show and in the Marvel comics. And, these characters start popping up in Rebels and, the cartoons. And slowly but surely, they're like, well, we said it was not canon, but like we're not throwing away these amazing stories, these amazing characters that have been developed over the course of 2 decades. But when Marvel / Disney have like the WWE Vince McMahon way of thinking, where they don't want to use old characters but instead create their own.
Why would you? If they're already created and people like them.
I mean,
because I could say my ego could say I created this.
So, yeah, it's a money thing, right? Like the reason that Hollywood, and it took them 50 years to figure it out, loves comics is because they're already focus grouped, they're already storyboarded. It's the same deal, right? Like they've already been able to test in the perfect focus groups, right? Like the diehard fans, the ones that turned on them with the most recent trilogy, the kind of stories that they like, the kind of characters that they like. And they're like, all right, you guys love it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it a little bit better. They put their spin on it, and here we go.
I understand. No, thank you.
Cool. Very cool. Well, I love that our live viewers and are talking about Star Wars.
What Patrick said, Patrick said is precisely the reason that this isn't like 100% bet.
Yeah,
but it's still, that's the other thing about these Star Wars comics is like they didn't announce Afra. Her books are through the roof. They didn't announce Coder. Books are through the roof. They didn't talk about doing Son of Dathomir. Not going to keep people from, like holding those books close to their chest because they love them. This stuff really means something to the fans, and as newer fans fall in love with Star Wars all over again, they're like going back to get this older stuff. It's really interesting to see.
Revan, Malik, all those guys. They didn't announce any of them, and people love them, and the prices are going through the roof.
I'm just mad at Mr. Pope. So if I sound like a hater, it's because I am.
I'm rowing in the same boat you are.
My bad,
All right, on to number 2. And again, listen, you guys. This is probably the biggest book of the week in the new releases, right? Everybody went crazy, and like some of the things I was hearing blew my mind. That people were like, I didn't order enough about it. Like, how could you not order enough of these? Like, it felt like there's so many out there, and we knew about it for so long. But anyways, number 2, this is the High Republic. Number 1, basically all the incentive variants, right? Whether it's the Sway 1 in 25, the Blanche 1 in 10, they're all selling well, and the High Republic is being talked about at a rapid pace.
Yeah, and the store variants haven't even technically hit live yet. I think they're being shipped out. I mean, you've got some in your hand, but I think they're just now hitting people's hands. Those are going to the words out of my mouth even lower.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth, Ben. I mean, the Clone Wars homage that we talked about on this particular show, I think it's selling for like $300. Yeah. There's another one that's selling for $300. I think it's help me out. It's I don't know. I wasn't really excited about the High Republic. Throw stones at me now, but I'm in the minority. People are going crazy over these books.
Yeah, so I mean, I initially, like when this stuff, when you started hearing that store variants are going to be out there, I mean, people were kind of anticipating that the print run was going to be like 300,000-400,000 for this, and I don't think that's the case at all. I think it's much less. I mean, it's probably in the 100 to 150,000 range, which is half of what I would have expected it to be.
Are you guys hearing allocations? Heard about allocations?
I think that's all bullshit, dude. But we'll see. I mean, how many printings do you think it'll go?
They've already. I think it's already on 3rd, right?
Right, but I mean, how many do you think it'll go?
What did number 1 get to? 6?
7? 6? 7. Yeah.
It was the Aaron Cutter still variant, limited to 600. It's going for 300, I think, too.
Thank you.
So
what do you think? There's probably 200,000 copies. Is that kind of what reporting has been? I mean, that's obviously.
Yeah.
I think somebody posted something about, like, they showed a diamond thing or something like that they shipped 35,000 or something like that from one of their 4 distribution centers or something like that. So I think the thought was if they shipped 30-some thousand from that one, then they did the other 3, then the print run should be in that mid 100,000 range.
Yeah, and it's not when I say that I wasn't really excited about High Republic. I mean, I wasn't really excited about the A cover having some sort of like monetary gain or these incentives, the ratio incentives, like really doing much in the long term, because I, like everybody else, thought that you couldn't possibly be in business this late into COVID and not understand to just like hammer this book. Right, but
I fought it around. I should have ordered through the drunken pull box. I fought it around. Oh, I have time. The night of FOC, I hit Lucas up. He was asleep, and I missed out. And I said, so I'm like, fuck High Republic.
In my Star Wars, in one of my Star Wars chats, there's a rumor of like that they're thinking 250,000.
Okay, but I mean, the point is, regardless of whether or not like this book or the incentives have like growth potential in the long term, this series, the forthcoming adventure series, they're going to do big things. I mean, as somebody who likes Star Wars, I'll be reading these books, looking for the key characters to emerge, and trying to figure out what the key books are going to be over the course of the next year. I think it's going to be a long rollout of different characters and different plot lines. That's my guess. And if anybody figures out how to get me one of those boxes that they opened to sort of introduce all this stuff, holla at your boy.
I'd just like to see more brothers and sisters in Star Wars. I'm just happy. That
Do you like the Sway cover?
This one right here?
I don't.
No.
What's up? I don't know what's her feet. I see a foot.
Is it back?
Yeah, I mean, and the 1 in 10 is meh.
I like the
guess.
Hans, of course.
Hans is the best.
Well, man, we'll get to see that here.
Yeah, her leg doesn't look right to me.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't know what the other one is.
It's behind the tree. It's like Ahsoka when she's like in the middle of the trees, right? When she's like doing her lightsaber thing in Mandalorian. Spoiler if you haven't watched it.
You know,
Neither of the legs look right. I mean, it's just a weird.
Listen,
Hey, they're doing a Liefeld thing, man. It's fine.
I want to ask the people. There's a Star Wars book coming out. I don't know where. I think it's an IDW book, and on the cover of the issue, it's a person in all red. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, please put it on the side in the chat. She's like an all red armor. I don't know if it's a guy or girl. She looks fucking insane. I need to know what book that is.
well, let's go ahead and why don't we, since we got the opportunity, let's give away this beautiful, gorgeous Wanted Comics variant of High Republic #1, which is got this Jedi, and I guess this guy's named Skier. Does that sound right? Skier?
Yeah.
So as you can see, a pretty dope looking Jedi. He's being surrounded by the Nile, who are these bad guys of the group. They did those special Nile covers, but this cover was done by Will Sliney, I think is his name. Let me make sure I'm not messing it up. But let's see here. Will Sliney, Sliney. But yeah, anyways, these are at Wanted Comics. So if you guys want, don't win one set here, make sure you guys go check out Wanted Comics. That's comics with an X. You can also find them on IG. Make sure you subscribe to their IG. They're always, dropping great knowledge and putting out dope exclusives, and you find all kinds of great books over there. So
And
Yeah,
the
they also have
eBay.
every book I want. Yeah, they have every book I want on eBay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like if I want to buy a book, they've got like 10 of them. I'm like,
I'm sure that if you've ever bought a comic on eBay, you've bought a comic from from Drew at some point.
I don't know, Drew, but homie, you're the truth. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it.
Yeah, so we appreciate Drew and Wanted Comics, and let's go ahead and give this sucker away. We guys know how we do this around here. We do it nice and easy, and we go Matrix mode on you. And basically, whoever is live and active in the chat during the live show is how we give away the book. So you got a couple more seconds here to say something in the chat.
Make a comment really fast.
Comment quick, because the Matrix is taking hold. Mighty Mel V, give me a stop.
Yo,
Jesus, are you kidding me?
JJ
Maxwell.
that's my man.
I like
JJ Maxwell. It's either JJ Maxwell or Patrick, right? And look who's just below JJ Maxwell. It's Patrick. So it was either JJ Maxwell or Patrick is going to, win all these Star Wars books.
And they answered my question. The character on the
It was Clifford the Big Red Dog.
No, the character on the cover is Sidian. I'm not gonna try to pronounce that shit. He's a Crimson. But what is the name and issue of that book? Because I want it, and because the cover is so bad.
Shout out to JJ Maxwell. JJ, let us know. He should still be. That was a pretty recent. Yeah, there he is. So JJ Maxwell, hit us up, brother, and we'll get this book sent out to you. And remember, you guys, go to Wanted Comics and get yourself a set. If you guys like these covers, how could you not? That's a pretty dope Virgin variant right there. So, all right. Shout out Wanted Comics on that one.
This is JJ Maxwell. Thank you. Sidon Ethano. He's a bad motherfucker. What issue that? Please let me know what issue that is, because I want that cover. Star Wars Adventures 7. Yes, I would like that. And what is this character's first appearance, please?
I sniped it already, bro.
Snipe like a drunken chat sharks that they are.
Sons of bitches.
They're sharks, man. All right. 193 live viewers right now. Thank you, everybody.
Goddamn.
Make sure to hit those likes and make sure to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Hit that bell. Turn all the notifications on. You'll get notified when any of these great shows on Tales from the Flipside drop. There's a lot of good stuff on the channel right now. We've got Comic Book Women. We've got Tales from the Dark Side, Modern Comic Mayhem, Modern Playbook, Tales from the Flipside on Monday nights. Of course, the Hot 10, all kinds of fun stuff. I've left a bunch of people out, but we're just continuing to bring you really good content for 2021. The best kept secret in comics, Tales from the Flipside channel. On to number one book this week. And you guys all knew it was going to be the Hard Republic, right? I mean, this is the Noto variant, the one that for the longest time I, like an idiot, thought was Tony Moore's art. Jesus, we all make mistakes, ladies and gentlemen, but this is a gorgeous Phil Noto cover. I get some people say it might be a little too woke for them, and yeah, I like this cover. This
Why is it woke?
No, the High Republic issue, not this cover, just the High Republic. The issue.
What happens in the issue?
Well, I've heard a couple of people have posted in the live chat that it's a little too woke for me. So I just saw that. I don't know. I
will say I read it. I didn't catch that.
Okay, all right. So maybe I just saw somebody in the chat say that. Anyways, this is the Noto variant for number one. This is the A cover, I believe.
This is the So I figured that because there was 3 non-incentives and 2 incentives. I figured I had to pretty much. Otherwise, I really didn't want to take up the entire list with one book. So I basically just put incentives and non-incentives, but gave the edge to the non-incentives mainly because of that Hans. And I know some people don't like the Hans. They think Yoda looks a little weird, but I actually think Yoda looks outstanding on it.
So do I.
I don't know what other other book I'm looking at, but I think the Hans looks great.
I bought second prints of this Star Wars one. I think second prints might be undervalued. Well, we'll see when they come out. So
who's on the second?
It's like I was talking to Marco about this. It was there's like a it's like the Room of Riri Williams where she's like that little circle on the side. She's in that one issue.
The third print.
Yeah.
I bought the second print because that's the only one I've got.
Yeah. So that's what I don't know who it is. I got to go back and look, but that's why I bought it because I think who knows.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. All right, so
boy.
Again, everybody's going crazy in the chat. We appreciate you for watching tonight, and I see people asking what's going on with Drunken Chat. Mel is going to be here.
I will be. I'm in the building. I'm drunken chatting now. So we would be. I'm still trying to figure out this Star Wars Adventure 7, but I can't fucking find it. Fucking Dino stole it. Fuck.
Be quick, baby. I don't even have the supercomputer. Come on, man.
Hey, everybody make sure that you go over to comicbookinvest.com and read the article. I do take a little bit of time to try and add some little comments and stuff that I don't necessarily say here. So make sure you go check it out over there.
We need we need you to hate on some shit some more. But I like hater. Ben.
You want me to make a I hate spec list?
Yeah, I like hater. I like
hate 10 instead of the hot 10, the hate 10.
Yeah,
Ooh, the hate 10.
You might as well just call it the hate 10. Everybody's doing a hot 10 list now. Call it something.
Yeah, I know. Oh, well, when you get off of Facebook and stop following social media, you get a lot happier, and so things don't seem as bad in the world. So I that's where I'm at right now. And hey, and besides, as I've seen some comments, hey, big national championship game Monday. Go Bucks.
No,
Ohio State. Hey, remember Maurice Claret?
No, not Maurice Claret.
Dude, that was one of the greatest games I've ever seen play, though. I mean, not gonna lie.
You guys, make sure you guys go check out Wanted Comics. Thank you to Drew for the giveaway tonight. And of course, remember, you have a chance to win another set of those on Drunken Chat. Immediately following this over on Mighty Mel V channel. Make sure you guys go check out comicbookinvest.com. As I was just showing, it is one of the best places for amazing articles and comic books and all about spec and information, and it's one of the best. It's the modern day wizard. So you guys can see Dollar Bin Diggin', the new article from Pete over there that we mentioned earlier in the show. Of course, Global Comic Safari is doing stuff. You can find Nico's weekend update article over there as well. Make sure you guys give
Brian. Nobody reads that.
Make sure you guys give Tales from the Flipside a follow on IG, like and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate you. And
we're still waiting for the print format to come out.
This is what Eric Hurt is my man.
We appreciate
my man.
And we will see you next time. Later, guys.
Just